and coming out yet again in tens of thousands to vindicate your right to water and vindicate your right to change. That the country was under attack and the attempts to privatise our water would be fought in every street in Ireland. And look in front of you today. Look in front of you all over Ireland. We're in a general election campaign. And for the first time ever, we have an assembly, a mass assembly of Irish citizens in the middle of an election looking for a fair and a more equal Ireland.
Mandate trade union right to water, right to change coordinators. What we have here today again is another massive turnout, despite the statements from government ministers including Michael Noonan and Alan Kelly that this has all gone away and people aren't concerned about water charges. What we have is tens of thousands of people back on the streets of Dublin. They're saying very clearly that they're not going away, and with us being a matter of days away from the next general election, this is going to change the dynamic of what we are going to elect a government. We're very confident that the people of Ireland believe that they deserve and are entitled to a better government, a government that doesn't lie to them ahead of elections and break every promise afterwards, a government that says that our healthcare, our education, our housing, we have a right to all of those things, and they're going to get rid of water charges. That's why people are on the street today, and that's what's going to show through in the ballot box this Friday.
O'Neill and running for Dublin Bay North, and the reason I'm doing it is to stop water charges, stop the privatisation of Irish water, and try and help the people. There's nothing in the hospital, nothing for the people. No mental health facilities. The old age pensioners are getting nothing. Everybody in the country is getting robbed, except the politicians. I'll give a third of my wages back to the community, plus all their advisor fees. Thanks, Damien O'Neill.
My name is Niamh MacDonald. I'm here from the Irish Housing Network, and we're here on the march today because we see that the housing crisis in Ireland is an epidemic, and we're calling on the government to call it a crisis. But we're also here with 13 families that are being evicted from their homeless shelter in Mountjoy Square. They're being evicted on election day, and they still haven't been told have they got alternative accommodation. So we're here, and the families are also going to be speaking from the platform today.
We're here today representing the 13 families in 54 to 55 Mountjoy Street that are already homeless and we're being evicted on election day. We have lovely suitable accommodation. They're putting some families into wet houses, but they're also putting some families into the RNG where the shooting was, and some families out to Catherine's Gate.
Yeah, I'm here today to support the protest here against austerity, against the government paying off the bankers through charging us for water 3 times, and also to promote the campaign to save Moore Street from demolition. The government is only saving 4 houses out of 16, and it's obvious that 300 men and 3 women didn't occupy just 4 buildings. They occupied the whole terrace, tunnelling from street to street, from house to house, until they had the whole terrace full. And that's part of our heritage and history. In fact, it's part of world heritage, so it should be saved, and that's another reason I'm here today.
Well, we're here today to show the government that there's an awful lot of people still remember about the water. An awful lot of people want this government out, and they'll have their chance on Friday, so I hope to take it.
Here because I've had enough of the corruption. I've had enough of watching people suffer needlessly because we're paying back debts we don't owe.
Councillor John Lyons, People for Profit candidate, right to change candidate in Dublin Bay North. We're here today in our tens of thousands to ensure that finally, after 2 years of protests, boycotts of the bills, with over 800,000 people boycotting the 4 bills, we are here today to send the strongest message possible to those in power that we are here not for concessions. We have 11 concessions conceded already. We're here for the abolition of the water charges, and we're not going to give up until we achieve that aim. That's what we're here today for. People power is the way we'll achieve it.
It's done because revolutions can be beautiful. And when the heavy reboot of tyranny.
We're against all the austerity, water charges, taxation, everything.
Okay.
And John Burton and Enda Kenny should be ashamed of themselves. The whole shag, a lot of them need to go home.
Good girl, John.
Independents, get in, hopefully, and make up some sort of a coalition. We put Mickey Mouse in if he'd feckin' do it. We've been on every one of them and we're not giving up now. It'll be worse if Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael get back in. We'll be 10 times worse. No way are we giving up.
Michael O'Donnell, Communist Party candidate for Cork North West. Repudiate the debt, enshrine Irish water into the Constitution. Vote for change, vote Communist. Charleville to Macroom, from Kanturk to Ballincollig. It has a registered electorate of 50,000. That means calling the EU into question, standing up to the EU, standing up for the Irish people. Yes, it would eventually, we would become into conflict with the EU and the Euro.
Enough's enough. I can't pay what we don't have. Absolutely, 1 and 2 has to be top of the poll. Well, I hope we get rid of the crowd that we have, and hopefully we get decent people like Claire and Mary in.
The Connolly Youth Movement opposes the introduction of water charges, and it seeks the abolition of Irish water as well. Water is a basic human right, and the government agenda is clearly under the orders of the EU to hand water provision over in this country to private operators. There's simply no argument for privatising water other than to enrich the capitalists and foreign companies like Veolia and so on.
Today, like many other people here, 100,000 it looks like. We can look up that way and keep going. Here today to show people, show this government, end them, show them that we're not going away, we haven't gone away. And if they get in again, we'll be continuing to do so, but hopefully they won't get in and people see sense. And so here today to make sure we finish this government off and people see that we're going to destroy them, you know. We beat them and Irish water's gone.
It's been a fantastic journey. I'm going to say more about it as the day goes on.
It's Bernie Hughes and I'm a candidate in Dublin North West. I'm standing on the Right to Change platform.
Here to protest against our anti-austerity friends in Europe. Our Germans taking our money, wanting to sell our resources out to them to pay their bankers' debts. That's why I'm here.